Good morning. Welcome to Mornings with Michael, brought to you for informational, educational, and sometimes entertainment purposes. I'm sporting my new haircut on Wednesday. Sorry we missed our show yesterday. It was a very hectic day, but we're ready to get caught up today. China lowered their interest rate by 10 basis points yesterday. The UK CPI remained at 8.7% year over year in May against the consensus expectation to fall to 8.4%. Core CPI unexpectedly accelerated to 7.1 year over year from 6.8%. Now on to our sector news breakdown. In the consumer, Tesla CEO Elon Musk said last night India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi was pushing the company to make significant investment in the country, adding that such an announcement was expected soon. China unveiled a 520 billion yuan, $72.3 billion package of tax breaks over 4 years for electric vehicles and other green cars. Watch the share prices of Tesla, NIO, Li Auto, and Xpeng. Lazy Boy, LZB, fourth quarter adjusted EPS 99 cents versus estimate 72 cents. Dollar Tree, DLTR, reaffirms targets and still sees full year 23 EPS view of 5.73 to $6.13, estimate at $6.01. Beauty Health, SKIN, downgraded to hold from buy at Stifel, and cut target to $10 from $17. Wow, that's a big move. Energy, industrials, and materials, FedEx, FDX shares fall 4% on revenues miss guidance. Quarter four adjusted EPS 494 versus estimate of 489. Quarter four revenues 21.9 billion. Pure Cycle, PCT, said it successfully produced the first run of ultra pure recycled resin from post-industrial recycled material of commercial scale. Oniok, OKE, files for mixed shelf. Petrobras, PBR, upgraded to buy from neutral at Goldman Sachs. Financials, Arbor Realty, ABR to replace Ranger Oil, ROCC, in S&P Small Cap 600. On to healthcare, Exact Sciences, EXAS, said Blue Sea study met all endpoints, showing improved cancer sensitivity, specificity, and precancer sensitivity. Plans to complete FDA submission for next generation Cologuard by the end of 2023. Catalent, CTLT, announced that Matti Misanovich has been named Senior Vice President and Chief Financial Officer effective July 5th, 2023. Teleflex, TFX, downgraded to hold from buy at Needham following checks that indicated that urologists are reducing their use of UroLift. And finally, on to technology, media, and telecom, Adobe, ADBE, upgraded to outperform from market perform at BMO Capital with a price target of $570, up from $500. And SoftBank, SFTBY, founder Masayoshi Son said last night that the world's largest tech investor will go on the offensive soon, and excitement over advances in artificial intelligence, ending more than a year of relatively dormancy in startup investments. And that's our news report. We're going to go share a screen. There's been some questions about why all the metals are turning down. There is a report that housing starts are much higher than anticipated, and so this is pushing metal prices down, and we'll take a look at these shortly. Let me share our screen. screen I'm looking for. Is it here right now? Let me pull it up. Our heat map doesn't look very hot today. And there's a lot of negative action in the heat map. Microsoft down. No, all the technology sector is down today. Communication services is down. Consumer cyclical showing slight improvement. Tesla was up big yesterday, so there's some profit taking there. Energy is trying to bounce back, but it looks like a pretty ugly chart so far today. I'll stop there. Share screen. Once again, I want to share this. I think this is pretty powerful. This is, once again, I reiterate that I feel that most people should have the security of having a solid investment platform. Just wanted to show this comparison. The indices average annual growth is 7.57%. The annuity average annual growth is 12.58%. Why is that? An annuity, once it steps up with interest rate growth, it does not step down. The indexes, when the indexes sell off, they fall down, and this is primarily the difference. Plus annuities, once you open an account, they often give you a bonus of 25% or more. So that's our report and on that. And now let's go take a look at our screens. Here's our home builder screen, which we're just discussing. This is one of the strongest ETFs out there. It is bouncing off of the 10-day moving average. Get some pretty good volume yesterday, and we'll see where today ends. But let's take a look at our dollar. Dollar seems to try to be bouncing. Bouncing, but it has a ceiling over here, so it just can't seem to break out. We'll just continue to watch that. Gold is gapping down again today. It's trying to stage a rally here. It's at the top of its range, which is positive. Silver gapping down again. Got two gaps. Usually these gaps will fill. We'll just have to see if that remains the case. And against the S&P 500, it is really weak right now. Take a look at our copper. Two copper issues seem to be pretty strong. Arrow copper seems to be the strongest. Canadian company, the production of development of copper. And look at our big copper giant. Freeport McMoran. Explore mines in copper. Seems pretty strong. Looks like a nice cup with a little handle here. We'll have to see how it moves into its earnings in 35 days. Yield on the bonds, bouncing. Bouncing off of their 10-day moving average. This is where the risk for the markets are. If the bond yields start moving up again, our indexes will definitely move down. The 20-year yield is trying to bounce off its 50-day moving average. The 1 to 3 year bond are down, so yields are up there as well. Take a look at our fear index. It was up yesterday, it's pulling back a little bit today. S&P 500 pulling back at the same time as the VIX, so it's quite interesting. Pulling back to its 10-day moving average. We'll just see how far it pulls back. The NASDAQ pulling back as well. I had been saying how far extended this is from it. I believe it had gotten up to 10% past. Anything in the 7% area, when it's 7% beyond the 50-day moving average, this is when traders look to take their profits. Dow Jones, I believe, is the strongest today, but it looks like it's pulling back as well. And our IWM small caps are at the top of the range, but they gap down below their 10-day moving average. Take a look at some of our ETFs, financials down. Energy was really off yesterday. It's trying to bounce back today. Take a look at U.S. oil prices below their 50 and 200-day moving average. Cryptocurrencies, oh, got a little life here. Bitcoin is bouncing as gold and all the metal prices are going down. Ethereum is up close to 5%. There's huge volume yesterday in Ethereum and Bitcoin as well. So take a look at our communications. It's been our leading sector. Google and Facebook or Meta. Take a look at their issues. Meta isn't pulled back too much. Google is definitely pulling back strongly here, below its 10 and 20-day moving average now. Biotech are selling off. Software sector pulling back somewhat. So is our technology pulling back to the 10-day moving average. We'll just see if that can hold there, as we got pretty well extended from our 50-day here as well. Semiconductors, we got a slight pullback back to its 10-day moving average. Airlines, which have broken out, are remaining pretty strong here. For some reason, there's my line. Leisure activity. Airbnb remains pretty strong. United Airlines, Delta, these are the two strongest issues there. Delta looks like it's after 2 days of consolidation is ready to continue its charge. Our industrials are bouncing off of their 10-day moving average, which is a good sign. Healthcare sector, not doing too much. Building materials, looks like they're bouncing off of the 50 and 20-day moving averages, trying to get above the 10-day. Minings and metals, yeah, they're bouncing off of their 50-day, which is a good sign. And once more, housing sector, yeah, remains strong. Lennar doing well. There's this Atlanta-based Green Brick Partners housing developer, which has been really strong. Got this huge move up on 14% earnings, and it just has been continuing to roll here. As it sold off here, coming back above its 10-day, that was a great place to have an add-on. So let's see what's moving today in the markets. Vista Energy, Mexican-based company. It looks like we're having a breakout here. We had a little bit of attempted breakout, sold off, came back to its 10 and 20-day moving averages, and look at all this volume. Price and volume is all that's matter. Live Ramp Holdings, data onboarding. Looks like it's attempting a breakout here and a sell-off in the market. Li Auto, the Chinese automaker, continues pretty strong. Norwegian software company for mobile phones and PCs, bouncing off of the 20-day. See if it can get above its 10-day again. Number of days in a row, pretty good volume. Also in the oil area, Tidewater bouncing. Let's see, I'm going to take a look at this oil issue. It doesn't really want to go down. So it remains in a pretty tight trading range. We'll continue to watch this one. Texas Roadhouse, trying to bounce back. Not too much going on there. Super Microcomputer, trying to bounce off its 20-day. It had a huge move here. As long as it can stay above where it gapped up, let's say it'd be healthy. Comes below this, definitely it's losing favor. It has some pretty strong volume on the sell-off here, so it's something to be careful of. A number of people felt like this was a climax run. We'll just have to see if this is reaching a consolidation, and it comes out with some more news and it breaks out again. But this has been probably the leader of the last several months anyway. Also in auto, race, Ferrari, kind of broke out over here and has just continued the strong run. Take a look at Tesla. Yesterday had a huge day, but looks like it's given back most of it today, down 2.5%. Volume still pretty low. Volume was pretty good yesterday. Let's see if continues its run, but it's way extended from its 50-day moving average. I would not recommend any purchases in this area. URI, United Rentals. Looks like we got a little shelf pattern here. Very tight range and then breaking out of this. Finally, Martin Marietta, another infrastructure company, United Rentals. Interesting that we have a couple of those there. And let's see what's moving down. From the news, FedEx is down at only 0.82. It's good fight here. Let's see if it can remain above its moving averages. That could be bullish. We'll just have to see where it closes today. Coherent. A big move, kind of exhaustion at this point. This is very bearish. High volume, closed on its low, and now it's gapping down 10%. Lumentum, same thing here. Could almost be a mirror image of each other. Down at the end of the day, just don't like to see that. And then it's gapping down in about 7% here. This is ETF, Tesla bull. Of course, with Tesla down 1.5 times, would be down as well. World Connect, down about 5%. Pretty large volume on the sell-off here, so I definitely will be watching this. Engaged in marketing and sales of marine, aviation, and fuel products. Trex company. Take a look at, see if we got, what else we got on the list here. Rivian Motors, down 5.22%. Ugly chart. It tried to move up here and it's just met selling ever since. Intap. This is an an AI-powered software solution. Recent IPO came out at $26. We'll continue to watch that. And that's our show for today. So this has been Mornings with Michael for informational and educational purposes only. Don't have too much entertainment today, but hope everybody has a great Wednesday. My wife is off to Honolulu to get her passport renewed. So if you have any trips coming up, make sure you check out your passport well before your flight. Any goals that you have for financial goals, feel free to reach out to us. And your personal goals, keep those activities up, and you will astound everybody with your success. We hope you have a great day, and thanks again for tuning in with Mornings with Mike.